All right, and we're back. Episode 5.
Oh my goodness. Yes, we are back conveniently. And yeah, and we got a little sponsorship there.
I see. I
If
see.
you didn't,
Just like
if you didn't.
right out the gate, you're just putting up that flyer for Wild Boys, huh?
Yeah, I have to. It's mandatory
All right,
because
all
I'm in
right.
that.
Get the plug out of the way. Let's get it. Come on, give it to us.
It's it's our cringe, and actually, this was a total accident. I was not expecting to. I didn't realize
Uh
I
huh.
had it. Uh huh.
Uh huh.
It really was. Okay.
It was a subconscious. Subconsciously, it was intentional, but consciously, it was an accident.
I was gonna just spring it up sometime in the middle of the show when you asked me what was gonna go on, not just have it right there. Yes, brought to you by Gas Monkey Live, the Wild Boys Duran Duran Experience. But all seriousness, we're going to be my band, So in Love, will be performing at Gas Monkey Live come Valentine's Day, February 14th, 2020, with the Cyndi Lauper tribute Weebop in Texas. That's NXS tribute, and of course Wild Boys, which is Duran Duran.
Where's this at?
So, Gas Monkey Live.
Gas Monkey Live.
I know, right? It's a pretty big deal. I'm excited. Aren't you?
I can be.
Well, please do. Um,
I'm
if
excited.
we,
Okay, I am excited. I like it
Thank
whenever
you.
you get any kind of any gigs that's fantastic. It's wonderful.
Yes.
And in all honesty, I have had better luck with tribute bands sounding closer to what I expect than a lot of the actual bands. Nothing against any of the bands that are being tributed in that show specifically, but just in general, because I dislike it whenever I go to see a group live and they sound, or a band, and they sound nothing like their production version. Like, I understand there's gonna be a little bit of differences. It's live, right? But when you're so heavily processed that I don't even recognize you, you sound like your own tribute band. Maybe you should just let the tribute band cover you.
Oh, yeah. Sad to say, I'm not going to name any specific names, but Bon Jovi.
No
You got
specific names. That was as general and as broad as you could be. Subtle.
Yeah, because everybody's a Bon Jovi nowadays, aren't they? I mean, come
Everybody's
on,
a Bon Jovi. You're
Like,
either a
you're
Bon
just a Bon
Jovi or a
Jovi.
Prince, right?
Exactly. Everybody's that now. Everybody.
You walk into a bar, walk up to a random biker guy. Hey, are you a Bon Jovi or a Prince?
And then he just turns around. I could be what you ever want me to be, baby. What? No.
Happened to you a few times, huh?
Yeah. So Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year. I didn't think that we would make it this far. Chip and Dip show or mortally,
Especially me with my Red Bulls and
I don't
crazy
know.
little.
You're gonna be like the Keith Richards of radio show talk hosts. That's
Dude,
what's
that's
gonna
what
happen. You just consume so many negative things on a regular basis, and then you're like, I'm still alive. What?
I got this, man.
We're doing a show next week. I'm like, shit, I went to your funeral yesterday. No, we're on, man.
Come on.
So we have a great cringy, I guess that's the opposite, great show for you. We are going to kick it off with some pop cringe, but that's not why you should hang around. That's what you have to cringe through to get to our special guest, who goes by DJ Storm X. You've probably heard him on the show a couple of times. I know, me neither. And finally we get to have, he's agreed to a real interview where we get to talk about why we're so excited about him and why you should be too, and retroactively you shall. Yeah, I know. I can barely contain myself. As a matter of fact, I won't contain myself. So, all right. Well, to get to DJ Stormex, just turn this off and come back in 20 minutes, or hang in there, and we're gonna go through some pop cringe, and you can really feel like you earned it. You know.
I feel like I've earned it. You know how many miles I drove to get here?
I don't care. No.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Like, okay, so
My
I
attitude
told you
needs
an
adjusting.
approximate number. I gave you an approximate number whenever I was
It was
texting you.
80 miles. Yeah.
Yes, it was 80. But guess what?
80. Yeah.
I had to remap it from a specific location, and when I did, guess how many miles I had to drive that made it way more pleasant?
102.
No, 69, bro.
Oh my gosh. Just
I was
69'd
like,
it right over to my place. I get it.
I most certainly did.
I wish my experience arriving at this show was as pleasant, but it wasn't. But I get to reap the benefits of making the world cringe below me.
Oh, so you actually have the bad week, and I have the good one.
I just said blow me. Love that.
Oh, you did.
I think that might be my catchphrase. Is everyone below me? Hello.
Yeah, the common catchphrase that pretty much is everybody's phrase, just kind of like everybody's a Bon Jovi.
I definitely think I'm a prince.
Okay.
Not vocal styling, but in
I will
eclecticness.
I'll give you the eclecticness.
Wow, love that. Got a little bit of me caught in your throat, huh?
Oh Lord. Yeah, you did.
Nailed it. All right, so this sorry. This week's pop cringe is gonna be about internet challenges. So instead of our standard format where I have some news articles that are real and I have some news articles that I have made up or have found that are not real, that are satirical, this week, today specifically, we're gonna go through internet challenges, and you have to decide if you think that the challenge is real or fake. Alright? There's not going to be as many clues as there have been in the past. I'm going to read the entire block of information that I have on the challenge, and you'll make your judgment call from there.
Oh, so I just play the guy who gets to guess the answer, right?
The usual position you play, yes.
Okay, good. Yeah. When you say change format, I'm like, wait a minute, did we discuss any of this?
No. Changing format from news articles just for this week, reigning in the new year with internet cringes. Same thing, same premise, but it's not the same kind of content, and you'll understand why when we kind of get into this. So,
okay, gotcha.
All right, so we're just gonna get started here. First one I've got is the condom challenge. Now, hang in there. Some of these are not named extremely accurate to what they are, or suggestively. So the condom challenge, the original video featuring two men from Japan, involves filling a condom with water and engaging the service of an assistant to hold it above the participant's head. It is then gently dropped onto the challenger's head and should wrap itself around the person's face and neck, but remain intact, with no water being released. The condom often has to be broken to separate it from the wearer, leaving the challenger drenched. Is this a real internet challenge, or did your boy just make it up?
That is, I'm gonna say that's real.
That's real. You know what? You are really right.
Yeah,
I do
it's
have.
Japan.
Yeah, it is Japan. I do have videos of people doing this. So in this case, they just dropped it right onto her head. Oh, she's so loud. Shut up. And then they have to pop it to get it off. Yeah. Oh, that one didn't actually pop. But yes, that one is really real. Yep,
That's
yep.
awesome.
Strange. The internet's bizarre. We're all still studying it, trying to understand what its purpose is. Okay, so you're 1 for 1 so far. That's pretty good. Let me get some of this things closed.
I'm back in my game.
Fairly prepared here.
Every time I get a score, I bring out the Jean-Claude Van Dancer. Oh yeah.
Oh man, I had some Jean-Claude Van Damme content for this that come up this past week. I should have captured. Actually, it's from Sniper X right there. Yep. Wait. Bite Mark says, "Ya boy is the most cringy thing in this episode." Well, at least now I know what I'm gonna keep saying. But anyway, yeah. So Sniper X is actually the one that gave me some Jean-Claude Van Damme. And by the way, if you guys have not seen, oh man, what is the name of the show? Is it Johnson Van Damme or whatever? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, the Amazon show?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, I need to see that.
You're not leaving until we watch the first episode, okay?
Okay.
We have Chip in my we'll call it studio today instead of him being remote like he typically is. So I'm gonna hold him hostage until he watches one episode of that, and then I'll permit him to exit the premises.
Yeah, I've heard great things. I've been meaning to check it out, but I just never had an Amazon Prime account.
Okay, so don't have a whole lot on this next one, but do you need a whole lot? Because it's the fire challenge. The point of the challenge is to spray a small amount of flammable liquid, typically an accelerant, like alcohol or perfume, on an area of the body, and then light it on fire.
Ooh, ow. Ow.
Can be real,
yeah,
because everybody knows what fire is, and fire bad.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, they would. I know they would.
You're like, yes, they would. You're like, I know what show I'm on, and I know how the internet works. This is a real thing.
Yes, it's a real thing.
Oh man, I do truly wish for humanity's sake that this wasn't real. And as you can see, the article that I found covering this on the New York Daily News has source videos that have been removed from YouTube because YouTube not that dumb. They're not gonna let videos of children hurting themselves remain on their services. But yeah, that's why. Just why. I mean, look at the injuries sustained. Yeah, I'm not gonna hit play on these. Look at how many videos were removed that they had.
YouTube not dumb.
YouTube not dumb. YouTube not that dumb. Okay. Let's see if we can test the limits of how dumb we think the internet is. All right. This next challenge. Ooh, I gotta keep it together. Okay, this next challenge is the alligator surfing challenge. This challenge involves sneaking up on an unsuspecting alligator and jumping onto its back while attempting to remain standing as it scuttles away. The most viral videos of this involve participants who manage to remain standing and the alligator scuttling into the water as they do so. The videos typically cut off really quick after that. This challenge, not so surprisingly, originated in Florida. Real or fake?
Yeah, that's real. Stop throwing Florida out there, man. I'm gonna say, yep, real.
Okay, so I don't know if this one's real or not. I just came up with this off the top of my head because this image has been circulating, which shows people in old-fashioned dress standing on the back of alligators or crocodiles, I can't tell which, blindfolded and driving them as if they're like segways.
I'm dead. Wow, you actually had me sold on that one, for real.
Yes, it is wonderful.
Just looking at that picture. That guy's just like, go, Gator.
Yeah, he's like in it. He's like, I gotta lean forward or I'm going to fall backwards. Madam in the front taking it slow because she knows what's up. She's just cruising, you know? Her alligator
Who
singing
needs
a little
horsepower
tune.
when you got Gator power?
Gator powder. I said gator powder.
Where do you think we got Gatorade from, man?
It's made from real, genuine gator powder.
How do you
Gatorade,
think
get you some.
we got them electrolytes? They make Gators filled with electrolytes.
I'm imagining an alligator who's lit up, like its scales have lights and stuff on them. Electrolytes, that's right. Your electrolyte gator gets you from point A to point 4 and fast.
This is how people in Southern Florida get around town. I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay. Next one I've got here is the glue up challenge. This challenge involves gluing a relative or spouse's or roommate stuff to the ceiling one item at a time in the same general area of the ceiling as other glued objects across several days to see how long it takes them to notice. The larger or more important the items are, the better. Items that have been glued up that I've seen are shoes, TV remotes, glasses, dishes, and most devastatingly, medication. Really
Oh
big.
my god. If you've seen medication, strong possibility that this is true.
Strong possibility it's true. And also because it like doesn't really involve hurting someone directly. It's indirectly hurting them because I need my pills, right? So
people are dicks. So
people
like,
are
just...
dicks. You're absolutely right. So you're going with real.
Yeah.
So it's real-ish in that it is happening, but it is not a challenge. Yes, that's right. I have a picture of someone who has started gluing what looks like maybe their father's stuff to the ceiling, which is a shoe, some glasses, their cell phone case, and the TV remote. And judging by the configuration of the room that I can see, it looks like it might be like in their bedroom or right above where they watch TV.
That is a dick thing to do to your father.
It's amazing, though. It's amazing. If your father's a dick, though, you know what to do.
Yeah,
Buy
exactly.
super glue. You're welcome, Gorilla Glue. Loctite, I'm looking at you. Sponsorship? That's right, I'm here.
Wow, that's wrong, dude.
I know.
Everything that dad would need is right up there.
All right, next one I've got is Extreme Phone Pinching Challenge. The anxiety-inducing trend involves precariously holding your phone with just your thumb and forefinger over somewhere you really wouldn't want it to fall. A few tamer examples of the craze include dangling your phone over the balcony or a gap of a sewer drain, although some of the more daring links show how risky they're willing to be with their precious gadgets.
Yeah. I like how I'm just saying true to like everything
just
you're saying.
Everything, right? Because the internet is that, right? It is like, I'm sure if it's not a challenge, someone's tried to make it a challenge, right?
Yeah, and honestly, people with their phones, they would do the dumbest stuff, like take a selfie over a cliff that they had no
or other
support
people's
on.
phones. Yeah.
Yeah.
So real. This was actually started by the group 21 Pilots. Not that they were trying to start this trend, but that they were doing it. They were taking pictures of them dangling their phone in precarious locations, but of course, they can afford a new phone. Most of these people in these challenges maybe can't. But yeah, it's a real thing. People dangling their phones, like trying to see how far down a sewer grate they can get it with their thumb and forefingers without dropping it. And the most viral of these videos, of course, are people actually dropping them in unrecoverable circumstances.
Yeah, well, honestly, here's another thing too. They get a new phone at a cheaper price if they have insurance.
I mean, that's true, but you're losing like everything that's on the phone that isn't backed up, which, I mean,
Yeah, but if it survives, they can just remotely erase it too.
Yeah.
So
It's
they
still
could go,
not
I lost
fun.
my phone. I mean, nobody's gonna really check their Instagram to see if they lost it.
I mean,
Like
I can go
it's
get another driver's license for $12 if I lose it, but it's the hassle, you know?
yeah, it's a pain in the ass because I don't like replacing my phones. I mean, what if they don't have the one that I actually wanted? Like when I had that little PlayStation phone that had the joystick controller on it instead of an actual keyboard.
Yeah,
I
because a
would just
lot of
flip
a
it
lot of
out.
places are like equivalent phone. You know, they're not gonna give you the same phone necessarily.
Yeah, and they're like, we don't make that anymore. I'm like, well then what's the point, bro?
You didn't make it in the first place. You're a carrier. Get me one off eBay, fucker.
Yeah, exactly. But no, they had to upgrade me to a Sony Xperia. Whatever.
Damn. Dare they?
I know. If it was the latest Sony Xperia, I might be a little bit more considerate of it. But yeah, no.
All right, almost there. I've got 2 more of these left. Duct tape challenge. Participants are tied up with adhesive for this was badly written. I do apologize. Should have proofread a little bit better. Tied up with adhesive for 3 minutes. So someone spends 3 minutes tying them up with adhesive, usually duct tape, i.e. the challenge. And then the participant has an additional 3 minutes to try and escape. A variation on this challenge is the challenger is duct taped to something, typically like a door, and then they have to see how long they last. The most viral of these videos would be the ones that fail catastrophically with the person falling to their doom.
They're not duct taping people on the side of buildings, right? Please tell me
Not
they're
that
not doing
I've seen.
Okay, so people fall to their doom,
I'm
like over
exaggerating.
cliffs,
I don't know if
bridges.
people have died performing this challenge.
Yeah, because
If it's real.
Okay, this is the only one I'm gonna say fake, just because of how poorly written it was.
Yeah, I didn't do it. But I'll remember that as a strategy for next time. Yeah, this is real.
Oh my God! Wow.
Yeah, apparently, some kid had to be rushed to the hospital because they were doing it, and 14-year-old Skylar Fish, he fell while he was trying to break free. His head on a window frame, smashed into some concrete, crushed his left eye socket, experienced head trauma, underwent several surgeries over the next year, and doctors have warned the family he may never regain sight in his left eye again. And worst of all, he won't be able to continue participating in the duct tape challenge.
Okay. Wow.
We heard that.
I heard it too. It went off. It just went dingy.
In fact, many teens are now posting their mishaps with the challenge online. So it didn't deter them. They're like, look what could go wrong! We're doing this extreme! Because internet teens are the most crazy. Talk to your teens about the dangers. I love this article. We should post this in the description below the video when it goes live Tuesday.
Well, it's just Jesus, man. Like, I mean, yeah, kids always do stupid things. We did. I mean, it's just inevitable.
I still do. I don't want to admit what they are. They're not challenges. I mean, they're challenges to me. They make me feel challenged. You know what I mean? But but they're not like, I'm not going online going, what stupid thing am I doing today? And they go, that one. Thank you, TikTok. Be back in 5 minutes, honey. Or maybe not. Now, I'm not doing that because I'm good at coming up with my own quote-unquote challenges in life.
And usually they're a bit more productive and, aspiring. But
the unsuccessful ones are more productive. The successful ones that turn out to be truly a challenge are very unproductive and set me back a few days.
Honestly, the taping myself to a wall, that would be something I would probably do just for my spare time. But you, on the other hand, you've taken it to levels that have been more.
I have. You remember that time that I had a work laptop of someone I'm not going to name, and they asked me to fry it as if it had an electrical issue, and then stupid me took it out to your car and took jumper cables and tried to fry it by touching it to the laptop. Like, I had the laptop opened up on under the hood of your car, jumper cables hooked up, and I had cut the ends off of the jumper cables, so it didn't have the clips on them anymore. Touched the jumper cables together to make sure they were hot, and then proceeded to try and jam them into the back of the laptop to try and get it to malfunction. That thing was a frickin' tank. Let me tell you, it didn't die. But you know what did happen? It just welded the cables to the interior of the board, 'cause it melted the plastic a little bit. And then when it made contact with something metal inside, it just fused to it, like, because that's how welding works, you know? We are lucky to be alive. That laptop continued to function. I brought it back disappointed, going, I'm sorry I couldn't break this. Because it couldn't just be physically destroyed. It had to be, it had to look like it had failed on its own, And there was good reason for this. The person that asked me to do it, their work had given them a laptop, and they'd had it for years and tons of problems. And they were just like at the end of their rope, and I'm like, give it to me. I can mess up some equipment. I do the opposite of that now. So people, just know that when you try to do something stupid, it may be your career to fix things like that. Now I can't get close to any computer without them automatically fixing, and people going, thanks, stop by more often. I'm gonna punch you. So yeah. Okay, that was a little bit of a rant tangent there.
Hey, that's okay. We still got 30 minutes.
Oh, and Bite Mark, speaking of the phone challenge, the phone pinch challenge says I'd be willing to bet most of the people in that challenge didn't pay for their phones themselves. You know what? That's probably accurate.
Yeah.
Okay, last one I've got here, very tasty one I've got, is a cat tail challenge. Bear with me. This challenge involves simply biting into... Sorry, I gotta clear my throat here. Biting into the seed pod of a cattail, which looks a lot like a corn dog. You know what I'm talking about, the cattail plants?
Yeah.
Okay. This evolved from pranks of giving someone a cattail with mustard on it in hopes that they would bite into it. Some participants have gone so far as to slightly bake the cursed corn dog before adding mustard and then chomping down. Few make it beyond the first bite, however, since breaking the surface of the cattail pod causes a puff of fluff seed like dandelion tufts to stick to their mouths and usually inhaled down their throats, as all the moisture of their mouth is occupied by these cottony kerfuffles.
That is weird.
It is. It's just biting into a cattail. I mean, we've all broken them open as children, right?
Yeah.
I didn't consider eating it, cause what? But here we are, internet challenges, it's a thing. Reason to do stupid things and encourage other people to do stupid things. So, real or fake?
You're good.
I'm good.
You're good. You know what? I'm just gonna give the blanket to every single real. Because it's just so obscure, it's unique.
I'm gonna give it to you because it's fake-ish. It is a thing that people are doing, but it is not considered an internet challenge.
Okay, so
it just is happening, and
I'm just now catching on that you need to. I'm supposed to say yes if it's an actual challenge, not an actual.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
I anticipated you not picking up on that.
Yeah, until the very last question. Go me.
It only took you, what do I have, 6, 7? So, yeah. So yeah, the video I have here is someone actually baking it. They seemingly fully aware that it's a cattail. And suffering as she bites into this mustardy corn dog of doom. So, yeah, totes real that it's happening, but I have not seen any circulation of that being a challenge. And thank you for Make Me Suffer for giving me this. That's Reddit's one of the subreddits of r/Make Me Suffer. I love this one. There's stuff on here. I could spend so much time. Can't dig too deep into this, but oh yeah, see that's why. But you know, because internet, of course. So there, I think that we have successfully celebrated the internet of 2019, and looking forward to doing the same thing at the end of 2020 or the beginning of 2021, or I don't know, whatever we survive first, last.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay, so sorry about that. Distraction happens. So what we have coming up next? You guys suffered through the pop cringe. You know what time it is? It is time for our guest. To introduce our guest, first we are going to a quick commercial break. The commercial sponsoring our guest is DJ Storm X, serenading us with his fantastic voice. It is fantastic. You'll see what I mean in just a moment. The sample that we've been provided is of him doing a performance for a D&D group, commissioned, of course. So it is a variation on the song "Toss a Coin to Your Witcher." If you haven't heard that, it's great. And this is taking that tune and him applying his own voice to this song. So, without further ado, we are going to go to commercial. When we come back, we will have DJ Storm X here with us live. Don't go anywhere. Or if you do, come right back. All right.
When a humble barb graced a ride along with Tefnut of Procon, along came this song. From when the sorceress fought for your quaint salty town against creatures and cults, how did this come to be? They came after her with masterful fake news, killed off our bard and then broke his lute, while the brotherhoods conspired their plans this eve, and so cried our Tefnut, they'll try to deceive. Toss your vote in for Tefnut, O city of Salt Marsh, O city of Salt Marsh, oh. Toss your vote in for Tefnut, O city of Salt Marsh. At the council hall, she took up the quest to clear out the haunted house as if 'twas a test. She fulfilled the call, went to Anders' ball, blessed the manor of Solmar, and he was in awe. Then she conquered the quest, extirpated the test. She's a friend of the salty sea, so give her the best. That's my epic tale. Our sorceress prevailed. She defeated the pirates, now pour her a white claw. Toss your vote in for Tefnut, O city of Salt Marsh, O city of Salt Marsh, oh. Toss your vote in for Tefnut, a friend of the salty sea. Toss your vote in for Tefnut, O city of Salt Marsh, O city of Salt Marsh, oh. Toss your vote in for Tefnut, a friend of the salty sea.
And we are back. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was the all-powerful DJ Storm X serenading us with his I don't know what you'd call it, his variation on the song "Toss a Coin to Your Witcher." Um, we may get more details about the origins of that song later, but this isn't specifically focused on that. This is focused on the man himself, DJ Storm X, as he prefers to be called. We're not going to get into his official birth name here because that's not what's important. The world's not about how you came into it, it's about how you're going to go out. So
He's
You
gonna
just-
go out
you
like a
just-
Storm X.
we're going to get to the point one of these days where you're just going to let me have one of those, you know? We're just going to like roll right through it like it didn't even happen. Jeez. You're bringing down my excitement, man.
No, it's making me more excited.
It's more excited. Okay. You laughing at. Okay. So, yeah, DJ Storm X, world renowned voice actor. We have had him on the show a couple of times, which has had us super excited. We're so happy that he's taken part when he's been able to, between things going on in his career, which is surprising the number of times he has so far, considering what he does is just, it's so involved, you know. I
Very
believe,
involved.
yeah, I believe he's a voice method actor where he really embodies the role that he's trying to vocalize. And it's just it's a spectacular ability that is not, I believe he will tell you himself that it's not talent that was awarded to him, it was talent that was earned. He spent his time in the industry, he served his nickel, and he came out the other side doing what he does, doing what he loves, and setting a standard that many have followed. Right?
Yes.
Yes. You're like, absolutely.
I'm agreeing with
Indubitably.
There. See? Oh, yeah. By the way, you're going to hear, warning, a range of different characters. Just know that they're all DJ Storm X. I mean, I'm still me, and Chip is still Chip. But if he does attempt to impersonate one of us, just know that everything that's being said here is probably more surreal than a deep fake, okay? Because he's so good at what he does that he just on the fly, he may be able to tune right into your vocal cadence and pattern and just pop right out. You know, you're like, did I say, I'm questioning myself. Usually I only do this when I'm high. I'm not high. Did I just say that? That's what happens whenever he's in the same room as you and he tunes into you. So, without further ado, DJ Storm X, how are you doing today?
Well, I'm doing fantastic.
That's how we like it.
Really busy day at work.
Cool. Doing anything interesting at work today? Anything you can share?
Nothing I can really share. Worked on a couple of projects.
Wow, multitasking. Like it.
Yeah.
So is it fluid for you to change roles like that? Or do you have to go through like a gear shift? Like you got to be, okay, for the next 3 hours, this is me. I'm not anyone else. Don't ask me about that other role. This is me. And then when it's time to change back, you do the same thing. It's a full gear change. Or you just like 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, whatever. You know, it's just a brain switch. I can flip it anytime I want. Bring it on.
Well, it depends. Sometimes it can be fluid where I transition from one voice to the other, and then it's like
Arnold there.
I have to do this thing
Shut up,
where
Jeff.
I practice and go between the different voices that I can do. Selling propane and
A little bit of Hank there from King of the Hill. I like it. Sorry, I'm gonna call these out because I'm just so excited. This is what I do. This is I know I'm gushing right now, but just this is me contained. Okay, just let me do the thing. Okay, I want to call him out. It feels like a quiz.
So, DJ, tell us, what made you decide to change the world with your...
Good question.
Honestly, I wouldn't so much say change the world. It was really,
Oh, modest.
it was really about like making people smile or laugh, and I guess more specifically, making kids, children laugh. And I'm not just trying to, fluff myself up in that regard. I just
Children and fluff in the same sentence. We're gonna break away from that just a little bit and say you were being very humble, my friend. Okay. I've heard what you do. I've seen the impact. Just saying all I wanted was people to have a good time and laugh. That is changing the world, considering how many people are out there that do not care about doing that. And some of them do intentionally the opposite. So don't look down on your accomplishments. It's big what you have accomplished and what you're still accomplishing to this day.
Well, you have to go into the job with a degree of humility, because you get all these fans and everything, and like some people let that go to their head and then they just become total jerks. But
you have to work with some of these jerks
on occasion, but
there's not like an industry method for dealing with a voice actor who's not just playing the role of a jerk, but as being one.
And not that I've been taught or shown, but I have my own way of dealing with it. It's really just it's like, you do you, I'll do me.
So when fans come up to you, what is the voice that they ask for the most?
Funnily enough, it's actually the first voice I realized I could really do, and that's the great Arnold Schwarzenegger. And it kind of, I discovered it essentially on accident. I was watching I forget which movie, but was watching a movie with my mom, and I started to do my attempt, and my mom kind of laughed and was like, "Wait, that was you?"
So
I love it.
I can attest to your ability to sit there and absorb, and I know I keep using this terminology, but tune into a voice. Now, this is totally real. I was playing a game with DJ Stormax. We were trying out the new Halo Master Chief Collection, which which was, I don't know, it was including Halo Reach, I think, was the what was included in the package at that time. It was a big deal. Everybody was doing, like, guys, all right, let's give it a try. And we start playing. We hop on with not just me, but a couple of my other buddies, and I'm fully aware of what this guy can do. I mean, not necessarily in Halo. He sucks at Halo, but his voice work, I know what he can do. Okay.
Sucks at Halo.
Yeah, you're one to talk there, buddy. All right, Mr. Star Ocean over there. Okay, so we get into playing it, and we're losing so bad. But everyone starts finally paying attention to the vocal cues of the announcer in the game, and then because we realized it was important. Like, oh yeah, we need to pay attention to when the announcer says someone has the lead or killed by such and such or whatever. And we're all in voice chat, and we start hearing the announcer say things that didn't happen, and nobody questioned it the first few times. We're like, oh, that was glitchy, that was weird, okay. And we just keep playing, and then he says something in the voice that is not in the game, and I can't remember what it was, but we're like, that was you! You're the one confusing us! So for a moment, we blamed him for our losses. Really, we all sucked, but we were blaming him. But it was so spot on that we were very because it wasn't just that he was imitating the voice of the announcer. You got to realize that we're talking to him remotely, and I'm playing a game where I'm listening to the game live. He was able to imitate that voice so clearly that it sounded like it was coming from a game that is installed natively on my machine instead of across Discord, right? Which Discord has a little bit of sound distortion. It was just so perfect, and we were just blown away that just kept happening, and that was the takeaway from that. That's when I was like, you know what, I've been doing this guy a disservice. We have got to get him an interview on the Chip and Dip show. This has to happen. So
Because he dicked you on Halo Reach.
because he dicked us. No,
You
because
got
I'm
dicked.
addicted to his voice acting.
You got dicked real hard.
Oh man, if I had a nickel for every time I heard someone say that.
So, what is the cringiest voice you ever had to do?
Yeah.
To be honest, the voice that you just heard in the song, so that voice is technically. So I play D&D with friends from work and everything. That voice is actually a voice that I do for my character. It's a half-orc barbarian gladiator, and I got inspired to do the song due to the part of the game that we were at, and it just kind of flowed.
Well, let me tell you something right now, because that song touched me like Celine did in Titanic. Okay, bro?
Not like her song did. Like Celine literally touched you in Titanic.
Pretty much.
Yes, because Chip was in Titanic.
Yeah, with Celine in his dreams. That's where most things happen with Chip. So
True story.
So it was cringy for you because you weren't imitating a voice. You were creating a new voice and then recording it for a scenario that is imaginary to begin with.
Not exactly. It was more along the lines of me trying to convey the fact that this character, who's a half-orc barbarian gladiator, I'm going to keep reiterating this.
Yo, yeah, I'm
is
with you. I'm picking up on that.
is attempting to do this song. So I'm trying to convey it like,
like
okay,
he's
this is
not
the
a
first
great
time.
singer.
Exactly. And so
it's subtle. I like
it's
it.
just like trying to do that and not sound like the guy who actually sings the song. Toss a coin to your Witcher.
Yeah, so you were trying to imitate like a vocal virgin, and as someone who doesn't sing regularly, but also doing kind of a satirical version or a parodied version of a song. So it's all of these elements together. It's an imaginary thing. You're coming up with this voice, but you have to not sound perfect. You have to sound like it's rough, and then you also have to cover the song so that people can recognize the song.
Exactly.
That's a tightrope balance. I can see why that's the clip you provided, because you feel like even though that's cringy, that's an accomplishment, right? Because you managed to just pull this right out of your ass, your vocal ass.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes, my vocal buttocks.
Vocal rectum, yes. So, how many voices have you, if you've counted them, do you know are in your vocal repertoire?
Golly, hold on. Let me.
And by the way, Bite, we're gonna get to that clip. Don't worry, we're gonna get to it. Sorry, go.
I mean, like right off the top of my head, there's 13 that I can think of, but
it's theoretically it's infinite, right? Because of the combinations you could combine, interchange those. But those are the ones that you've done confidently and on the record, right?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, there's obviously.
Thank you for the follow. That's my buddy Finn. Thank you for the follow, Finn. I forgot we even had that set up.
Epic follow.
Oh, we need that. We're gonna get you to do so many voice things for us when we're done here. If we can afford you, you know what I mean? Because let me tell you, we know that it's no dull penny to pay for your services. Okay, we know what you've got lined up, but we hope you would endorse us with your voice a little bit. So definitely gonna get some of that from you. I have plans to do it. I just don't want to. I want to make sure that I respect and leverage your time to its fullest potential when we have a good time block to do so. I don't want to just, hey, give me 5 more minutes of your time next week and maybe I'll get something. I don't want to be that person.
We'll see what we can work out.
All right. So I've got a couple more questions that I've kind of just just kind of lingering here. If you, and I know this is a crazy question, if you had to give up voice acting tomorrow, what is the next thing that you would just take by storm, that you would just blow the planet away with?
Well, I don't know if I would say blow the planet away with. I mean,
Oh, you're blowing, buddy.
Oh, yes.
The planet away.
Definitely.
You mean you're not going to be designing a Death Star anytime soon?
No. Sadly, that is not in my epic skill set.
Heartbreaking.
I would have to say music production.
Music. Oh, wait. So let me ask a question. I'm probably way off base here because I'm sure that you've got so many contacts in the industry. I'm going to go on a limb and ask, did you put the music together for that song that you did?
I wish I could say yes. Like you kind of garnered earlier, I basically was trying to do that song like very quickly. So what I actually wound up doing was finding a instrumental version of the song and then just downloaded it. I'd like to say that I did. Wow. I'm fully capable of doing it.
Jeez.
But like I said, I was just trying to throw it together real quick for my D&D group, and yeah.
Now I have heard some stuff that you've done. You typically dip your toe into like the EDM world, don't you?
Sometimes my more recent delvations have been into like orchestral style.
Big words.
Sorry, don't let him interrupt you. He's rude.
But
you're there. You're there.
Yeah, you're there. Don't let me stop you.
Sorry, I'm distracted by your scrolling.
Don't make me turn your stream off. I'll make you turn the stream off. I hate to do that. You're our honored guest, and I'm just looking up delvation. I have to know if it's a word because I won't remember to look it up later. But continuing, because it could be a DJ Storm X original, a voice actor giving you a new word. I mean, that's just another gift to the world, and I need to see if that's a thing, So, back to the question. You quit this. You're going into music. What kind of music are you doing?
Really, whatever I'm inspired to do.
What inspires you?
It really depends.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Chip? Calm down. Let him talk.
It really depends. Sometimes it'll be something from a video game, like a music clip that I hear, or it could be, I'll be watching a movie and something sparks, inspiration. Watching a video on YouTube and I get sparked with inspiration. I mean, it really depends, but yeah, I mean.
And DJ Stormex brings you Delvations.
Yeah. So, as you guys can see, Delvation is a DJ Storm X original. Some people have used the word, but not any kind of official capacity, just like names of profiles and stuff. But what word hasn't been used for that? That's made up. There's if we were going based on that, then like every word ever, every combination has already been used. But officially speaking, we got an official word from DJ Storm X that he made up. I'm assuming you just made this up on the spot, unless this is a word you use regularly and you're coining it in the industry.
On the spot.
On the spot. Look at this guy improvising. I wouldn't doubt that a lot of the material that he's given, he kind of like reads through it and gets the gist of it and probably improvises the roles as he needs to adjust to the voice. Just the voice to the role, you know what I mean? Because sometimes when you're writing, you don't quite capture the essence of it unless you're doing it. So I understand that he does that, and that's another true ability, just like you've heard on here. Just like on the spot can just, bam, voice right there in your face. Well, in your ear, but your face has ears on either side of it. But so, to get to the ears, he's got to go to the face, and then it goes to the ears. But with
in
me,
a world where it is right in your
right, Finn, your face ear. And Finn says he also wants to do voice acting, so this is inspiring for him to hear that voice acting is a formidable and reputable profession, and that you can have an impact on your community, global community even, by doing this type of selfless work. I mean, it's not all selfless, as we've heard. There's some dicks in the industry, but the way he does it is for sure having a positive impact on the world. I want to take just a moment from the questions. I know we've just got a million of them, and I want to listen to this Twitch clip that Bite Mark sent us. She felt like she needed to clip a part of our show here.
you got dicked real hard.
It's immortalized.
What, you boy?
Real hard.
No. Got
Oh.
dicked real hard.
Oh.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, it's probably going to make a promo, I'm sure. Congratulations.
Hold on. Give us another clean one.
You got smashed.
Give us a vulgar one.
You got
So vulgar it censored itself.
It did.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I
I
may
was like,
have
I don't know if I
have
want to
some
say that one.
I may have some settings. You can say anything on. This is alive and cringing. Sorry, let me remind you what show you're on. Anything goes. Besides, it's voice acting. I mean, you I'm sure say some pretty lewd things on the regular. But I understand your hesitation. You're like, oh, no, I'm not in the studio. Let's take a step back, bro. I get it, okay? But this is the Chip and Dip show. So as long as you're not like standing in a, Chuck E. Cheese right now, I say let her rip. Just give us another "You Got Dicked Real Hard."
you got dicked real hard
Oh, it's just beautiful.
with
I could-
my Fopdoodle.
Fall asleep to that every night. Wait, are you standing in a Chuck E. Cheese right now? Inquiring minds want to know.
No, I'm not in it.
No, of course not. I just thought, maybe you were at Chip's typical recording spot, so I know sometimes the address
You
get mixed
dick.
up. Now who got dicked real hard? Anyway, okay, well, I would love to just keep this going, but we are over our time. We will have DJ Stormax on the show in the future. He will make regular appearances as he sees fit and is available. You're going to be hearing his voice on our intros and promos and several things. Anything I can milk out of this man, I'm going to get.
Oh, I'll give you my milk. And you're gonna love it.
Yeah, some of that. Oh my my goodness. I just
God.
can't even, I
And you're really sure you're not at that Chuck E. Cheese?
just keep feeding you lines.
Yes. No Chuck E. Cheese.
Gosh. So, anyway, roll some credits
It's time
here.
to get out of here. Roll the credits now.
Bravo.
I usually like cut our audio
The Chip and Dip Show, made possible by viewers like you.
when the credits start. But that's going in. All right, it's going way in. Anyway,
It's going so far in, it's tickling your ears.
oh my god, I can't. It's just so. Whoa, water for you, Chip. So, thank you, DJ Stormax, for being on our show this week. Really appreciate it. Thank you for all the times you've been on our show and you're gonna be on our show. We greatly appreciate your time. It's extremely valuable. I can't stress that enough. We do appreciate it. We may not say it enough and hug you enough for it, but it will happen as often as is appropriate and necessary and doesn't make you uncomfortable. So, thank you, and thanks, Chip, for hopefully getting some water, clearing your throat. We know things kind of build up every time you eat one of those cattails. And we will catch all of you next week.
All right. Yeah, thanks, guys, for having me on.
Later, yeah.